lovely. I could be their Sue Sylvester, don't you think? Get my red tracksuit and get out here and do that. Good. We're so glad to have you here. Good evening. If you'll get your seats, we'll get started here. Welcome to the Wylie High School. Let's see, the Wylie Bulldog Educational Fundraiser. We Are Wylie Dinner, inaugural dinner. Yes, I don't know. I practiced that for 2 days. I have no idea what I just said. But you know where you are. I'm Terry Diamond with 997 KBCY. It's really fun to be here with you tonight. They promised me a good-looking crowd, but this is ridiculous. You people look great. We're glad to have you here. You know, a lot of work went into this evening, but the most important person here is you, because if you're not going to come and support this and support the kids and what they're trying to do with the educational fund, there's just no reason to do this. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here. Thank you. We're glad you're here. I can't quit looking at these cupcakes. I'm a Weight Watcher, and they were bringing out the cupcakes, and I'm so glad to be here because of these cupcakes. It's going to be fantastic. Besides being radio, I'm a Wylie mom. I'm a 5th grade mom, and you know, you have to do it all. When the slip comes home to buy the tattoos or the spirit ribbons or books, or you go into the office to leave your kids something, there's a little Bulldog in the basket, you buy it, because 2 reasons. We are Wylie, and you know, if you don't, word gets around. So that's why we do it. And the people in our neighborhood are so supportive. They're all Wylie, of course. Why would we live somewhere that's not Wylie? And so the big day is Cookie Dough Day. Cookie Dough Day. Cookie Dough Day is the day you don't take the bus home because you got to get there first. So we have done the Cookie Dough Day, and I have to tell you, all of you sitting here, we just are all, you know, generous with our time and with our money, because Wylie is so much a part of our heart. And I've just found the Wylie people to be so generous, even, you know, on our street or in the community. And Cookie Dough Day was a big deal because my son Thomas is used to, if you say you're from Wylie and you're selling something, they say yes. I mean, at our house, if the kid's wearing a purple shirt and rings a doorbell, you get your checkbook and you get to the door, and whatever they're selling, doesn't matter what it is, I don't know what you're selling, but just tell me what I owe you. Because, you know, even if you did your 4th grade, you know, project where you did the Alamo, I'll buy that too, that doesn't matter. But anyway, we did the cookie dough thing, and every single house we went to, because we had a great neighborhood, of course, would buy, because, you know, we're a Wylie, and word gets around if you don't. So, but we went to this one house. It's a long street. And Thomas went up there and he said, you know, I'm here from Wylie Intermediate, I'm here to sell cookie dough. He was so excited. And the man said, you know, I think I'll pass. He just stood there, like, are you kidding me? This is a true story. He said, but the money goes to buy books and computers for our school. He said, you know, I just think I'm going to pass. And he goes, and I was so embarrassed. The spine on my mouth was torn. And it was so awkward standing there. I said, Thomas, you need to back away from the door and let's go. And he just was stunned. And to this day, and I'm not kidding you, we go down the street, he's happy, he's all excited in the car. We go by that house, and I'm not going to tell you who it is. And he looks over there, and all of a sudden he's very sullen. That's the house number. And there he is. Yeah, and if he's out there, he goes, that's Mr. I don't buy cookie dough for children. I said, Thomas, you've got to get over this. He goes, I just don't think I can, Mom. So anyway, true story. But we are Wylie, and word does get around if you don't. But you are here because you have a great heart, and we appreciate it. This is a big function. A lot of folks put a lot of time into this. We're going to be talking about that. Speaking of someone who has put in a lot of time, it would be Michelle Center, our dinner chairman. That sounds like fun. I want to be a dinner chairman. Would you welcome Michelle Center?
Thanks. I am so glad that everybody could come here tonight. We've worked really hard, and we've raised a lot of money for Wylie. We're really excited with this new startup at the foundation. And first, though, we'd like for Robert Wylie to come up, and he's got a proclamation from the city. Because we are in the city limits. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Abilene has 2 school districts.
Thank you. Before I read the proclamation, I'd like to make a couple of comments. A year ago, Phil Christopher asked me to become the fundraising chairman for United Way. And as we were trying to put our cabinet together, I talked to Dixie Bassett, and I said, you know, who should we get? She says, oh, Becky Rance. She is the best. And so I called Becky up, and I said, Becky, you know, we really need you to be on be a division chair for United Way. And she said, I can't do it. There's something a lot more important that's coming down that I can't tell you. And so you know what it is. She's the main factor in this whole event. The second thing I would like to say is that I am very appreciative of what the meaning of Wylie is because of my children went to Wylie, and especially for Zach Riley, who was honored in the Hall of Honor recently. And what I wanted to do is tell all of you that we're very appreciative of what you mean to him and to our family and to every child that has ever gone through this school district. And give yourself a round of applause on that. Okay, now I'll read you the proclamation from the mayor and the city council. Whereas the Wylie Independent School District serves approximately 3,200 students in pre-K through 12th grade on 5 campuses, was ranked as exemplary school district for 7 consecutive years from 1996 to 2003, and continues to be rated as one of the best schools in Texas by the Texas Education Agency. And whereas the Wylie Bulldogs Education Foundation, a nonprofit organization, has been created to support and enhance the school district's mission of providing an education of excellence for all of our students so they may function effectively, successfully, and productively in society. And whereas the City of Abilene commends the Wylie Bulldog Education Foundation for their commitment to promoting excellence in education. Now, therefore, let it be known that City of Abilene, Texas proclamation, I, Norm Archibald, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of City of Abilene, Texas, do hereby proclaim October the 14th, 2010 as Wylie Bulldog Education Foundation Day, and urge each and every citizen to support their mission of promoting excellence in education. In testimony, whereas, witness my hand in the seal of the City of Abilene, this the 14th day, October 2010, the Honorable Norm Archibald.
Well, we're sorry that Norm couldn't be here, but we're so glad that Robert Riley, our city councilman, was able to be here. If Norm had gotten to do it, you thought that was lengthy? It would have been a lot longer, believe me. But, we're going to start serving dinner now, and the kids are going to bring it to your tables. They're going to serve you, and we're not quite set up as fast as I thought we were going to be, looking over there, but it's going to happen really soon. After dinner, we're going to have the entertainment with Clinton, and he is awesome. I got to hear him this afternoon. But we'll also have some coffee available, and so if you want coffee, you just need to tell the kids that are running around here, and they'll bring you coffee, and if you need cream, they'll bring you cream. We also, they will refill your tea and water, so nobody really has to get up unless you just want to. If you want to go get your own, you can, but you can just sit down and relax and enjoy it all. We really want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. They're listed in the program. There's just a couple that we really want to bring extra attention to. The Wylie Bulldogs Online, they are our gold sponsor, and we are really thankful for them to step up and do that, because that's a lot. And then we also want to really honor our visionary donors, and I lost my list. Oh, here they are. Okay, our visionary donors had the foresight to go ahead and set out that they would not only give this year, but they're also going to give for 3 years. And that's Kevin and Lisa Carlton, and FDLIC Insurance with Chris Seal, Jill and Ralph Heaven, Jennifer and Mike Murphy, Sue and Eric Shackmuth, and Kathy and Jimmy Strong. And we really appreciate that. And let's just give them all a round of applause. And a lot of you have purchased a table, and you know about the board that we're doing with the plaque. It's going to hang up here in the front of the high school entrance. And it will have all of our sponsors listed for this first year. And it's not too late to get on there. If you didn't get the opportunity to give us money before you came to the dinner, you can give us money after, and we'll still put your name on the plaque. We'll do it. We're going to try to take donations up through December 1st. And so we would love to have that. And we're going to get the dinner going, and as the dinner's playing, we're going to have a slideshow of a lot of the kids, all different campuses, different ages here in Wylie, and I think you'll find them, they're all so cute, they're just adorable. But you can watch that and kind of see, it gives you an overview, because Wylie really encompasses a lot, and a lot of people don't realize all the different programs that go on, but there's really a lot. It's not all football and band, as we sometimes think. They have a lot of other stuff too. And it's really good. But anyway, Terry, if you want to come back. And
Yeah, they're coming back right now. So they said, they're ready?
I'm sorry, I had the wrong program.
That's okay. We're going to welcome back the show choir. Right, are y'all ready? Are you sure? Do you need me, Sue Sylvester? You need me? No? They don't need me. Y'all welcome the high school show choir.
Thank you, show choir. As I look out across the audience here, all I can say is wow. My name is Ray Ince, and I'm the Vice President of the Wylie Education Foundation by default. I missed the meeting that they elected officers. But anyway, no, they've really done a great job, and I just want to thank you. Without you, the Wylie Education Foundation would not even exist, and it's just totally awesome. And Becky Renz asked me to be on the board, and I was thinking, oh great, this is groundbreaking, and it's going to be a disaster. All these things are going through my head. But as I look out across the audience, I can tell that a lot of people here cannot tell Becky Renz no. Because that's why I'm here. But Becky, you did a great job. I do want to thank Ryan Stockard, graduate of Wylie High School, owner of Copper Creek. He is preparing the meal for us tonight, and it's going to be good, folks. I also want to thank the National Honor Society and also the Student Council. They're going to be serving the food to us, and they're going to be bringing you tea and water. And when they come to your table, I just want you to say thank you. They're donating their time and efforts, and just be aware of that. The main reason I'm up here is to give thanks to God. So if you would, bow your head with me. Dear Heavenly Father, you are an awesome God. And Father, I just thank you every day for all the blessings you've given us. There's not a person in this room that has so many blessings given to them that they cannot count. The blessings just go on and on. And Father, tonight I want to lift up the Wylie Education Foundation to you. Father, I ask you to bless this foundation. Father, this foundation is going to make the difference in hundreds, if not thousands, of kids down the road. This is a night to remember. This is something that's starting that's going to go on forever. But Father, we know that nothing's going to be possible without your blessing, and we do ask you to bless this. And Father, I'm going to mention someone's name right now, and they'll probably be mad at me, but that's okay. Like my daddy always said, they'll get over it, or they'll be mad a long time. But Father, thank you so much for giving Becky the vision of this Wylie Education Foundation. Thank you for giving her the ability to get it done. Thank you for her work ethic. She has truly been the locomotion that's pulling this train and getting it done. Father, and I just thank you. But Father, our biggest blessing of all is your Son, Jesus Christ. Father, I thank you so much for what he did for us. And Father, I thank you so much for what he does for us every day. And Father, this prayer we lift up to you through your Son, Jesus. In your Son's holy name we pray. The congregation said, amen. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Go ahead and keep eating your dinner. We just want to keep things moving so we get home before midnight. Before midnight, way before midnight. We're so glad you're here tonight. I want to thank the National Society and the Senate Council for serving a dinner. I know they're still working and busy. We appreciate you doing that tonight. It's really big help. While I'm up here, I want to recognize the board of the foundation. So if I call your name, would you please stand briefly just so we can recognize you and thank you for your service? You've already seen Ray Ince was up here for invocation. Gary Galbraith, Sue Shackmuth, Michelle Center, Terry Merck, Joey Light, Mitch Davis, and Terry Hagler. Thank you guys, you're doing a great job. I need to make one other announcement.
Michelle was working off of a list that had been generated, I don't know, maybe yesterday or maybe today, early this morning. There was an omission on there that she didn't know because it had not been corrected by me, so I didn't catch my mistake. So I want to thank Cecil and Pam Davis. They are also visionary sponsors, and I'm sorry it wasn't on the list. I'm sure it's my fault. I've been told to share with you a little bit about how I decided to start an education foundation, what possessed me, why would I think that we could do that, and I'm here to try to explain that to you a little bit. You've already heard the story about China Springs. That part is true. My husband is a proud graduate of China Springs, Texas, and we had been invited and sent some information about this school foundation. And the more I read about it, the more I thought, there are 3A schools, a lot like Wylie, similar in size, similar in talent. You come up against them in many playoff games. And I said, we can do this too. And luckily for me, my husband said, well, of course you can. Bless his heart. So I kind of thought about it for several months and, kind of mulled it over. Kept hoping someone else would step forward to do it, like Mr. White, since he didn't have anything else going on. And he and I discussed this would be a good idea. And I think it even came up with Mr. Harrison, the superintendent. And after a few months, I figured out that, I don't see people just jumping out of the woodwork offering to do this. And it kept coming into my mind, and I really felt like it was something I was supposed to pursue. So I kind of started doing research, and Mr. Light and Ms. Walby and I went to a seminar and learned how to do a foundation the right way, and I did some other training, a lot of phone calls, lots of, I don't know if I'd say copying, lots of studying information other foundations did. Maybe a little bit of cut and paste was involved too, but anyway, did some of that. The more I learned, the more I realized that this is happening all over Texas. Maybe 10 or 20 years ago it was the big school, it was Dallas or Fort Worth and Houston, but now it's everybody. And in fact, there are 290 school foundations in Texas as of today. And I think that number's probably low, but that's what I got off the Texas website. Some of you may be familiar with some like Wichita Falls, Weatherford, San Angelo, Friendship, Andrews, Canyon, and Lovejoy. I know. So I thought if those schools could do it, then we could do it too. Because just like them, we wanted to work to enrich the learning experiences of our students and to encourage and promote excellence in our teachers and encourage our whole school to be the best that we could possibly be. So I was thinking, because people keep asking me, well, what are we going to do with this grant money? And I try to explain it's not up to me, it's up to the teachers who apply for it or the scholarship applicants who apply for it. But I did a little kind of a survey, a poll straw survey, and I asked a bunch of teachers at Wylie what they would like to have if they had a wish list and they could submit it to a grant and they would receive the money. And here's just a few of the ideas I received. Now, I'm not promising you're all going to get this, so I have what this is. I'm just sharing your ideas. We have a whole committee that will review the information and application, but some really good ideas. One was a document camera. This is for a math teacher. She said, when I place the manipulatives on the counter, I guess, so the students can barely see what I'm doing with the camera, they can see every step. So, makes a lot of sense. Another one was for some expensive art supplies, like maybe some clay and a potter's wheel. One teacher, who was an English teacher, said, we study Shakespeare, and it would be really fun to let the students plan and plant a Shakespearean garden. They could do the research, they learn about plants and related to Shakespeare, and it makes their learning come to life. Another fun idea was a poster-sized printer. This is so that my digital and interactive media class could be in charge of designing and printing posters for the school. For example, we sell football posters as a fundraiser, and she's proposing they could do that other work and print for us. Another interesting idea was a collection of math games. And this is for a math teacher working with intermediate grades. It was to teach them to reinforce a concept they had already learned, but to do it without paper and pencil assignments. her comment was, my students get really excited about doing something different in school. They even tell their parents about it. And there you go. And the last idea was, the last one I'll share, there were really more than this, was a video recorder for students to use when interviewing World War II or Vietnam veterans. She said, I made a note that we can't do this very more years. We'd like to be able to record all of them in the same equipment so they'd be stored and be accessible at a later date. So those were all really good ideas. I thought, gee, something to really think about. I'm sure there are many more ideas out there, and I'm hoping we have a lot of applications in the spring. The teachers decide to apply for grant money, but there are some really legitimate things that could be used for. And I just want to spur you guys on to think about this tonight. It's really a great opportunity. As I look around, I see many of you that are leaders in the community and you're leaders in our school. Most of you have given time or money. Some of you have given energy and volunteer time to help set this foundation, help it get off to a big start. Even today, many people are working on it. I want to thank you for your continued support of the Wylie School District. And thank you for coming tonight. But I'm going to tell you one more thing really exciting. I was told very recently that the Wylie Bulldog's Education Foundation has been designated as a beneficiary of a $600,000, I can't even say numbers that big, sorry, a $600,000 endowment to be donated to the settlement of a future anonymous estate. This is not immediate, but it's sometime in the future. And I want to share that with you because that could be our endowment money. I mean, that could take us to a whole new plateau. This is going to go somewhere. Now, I'm a very stubborn person. I'm not quitting. It's going to go somewhere, and your support makes a big difference. So I thank you so much for coming tonight.
Hi, my name is Joey Light. I'm superintendent of schools, and I really appreciate you being here tonight. How about that jazz band as you walked in the door tonight? And I want you to know we are really doing a good job in the classroom. Math in particular, if you noticed in the show choir, Javon Johnson has really worked out the odds. He's a smart kid. Why didn't we have show choir when I was in school is what I want to know. First, I want to take this opportunity before I get going too much to thank our administrators, our staff, our teachers, all those who really make Wylie a great place to be. If you're a teacher, administrator, you work here at Wylie, if you'd stand up for just a second, I'd appreciate it. Everybody, if you would, teachers and staff, know that you are what make this engine run, and we appreciate everything you do. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank not just our present school board members, but I noticed in the crowd a bunch of our former school board members. So if our school board members, present and past, would stand up for just a second. If you would, please. There they are. I can't tell you how much time and effort they put into making this school a great place. A lot of the work they do is behind the scenes, but the results of the work they do, it's what you see every day in the school district. I also want to take this opportunity, and folks, if you'd stand when I call your name, I'm going to get a little nostalgic here for just a second. Stanley Wisenhunt, if you would stand up for just a second and stay standing. Cecil Davis, if you'd stand up for just a second. And Don Harrison, if you'd stand up for just a second. And I don't think Bud Shelton's here tonight, am I? Is Bud here? These guys put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears as superintendents of Wylie School District. I appreciate everything you've done for me as a mentor and friend, and even Stanley, when you had to whoop my behind, I needed it. But you know that. Thank y'all. And there's another superintendent, Buddy Doolin. Just stand up and wave to everybody. Buddy was in the school business for 43 years in Cameron, and not 45 years, excuse me, but who's counting? 45 at Cameron and Albany, and he's a member of our community now and a big supporter. We appreciate you being here tonight. We have mentioned a couple of folks. There's the big three that got this thing going. Of course, Becky and Sue Shackmuth. Where are you, Sue? You're right here. Oh, there's Sue. Stand wait for Sue. And Michelle Center over here. She's been mentioned as well. Those ladies put in a tremendous amount of time, and it couldn't have happened without you. And we really appreciate it. Yes. Let me just make a few comments, and this is a quote that I found. It's called The Ripple Effect by John Hyder. He said, "Do you want to be a positive influence in the world? Your behavior influences others through a ripple effect. A ripple effect works because everyone influences everyone else. And powerful people are powerful influences. If your life works, you influence your family. If your family works, your family influences the community. If your community works, your community influences the nation. And if your nation works, your nation influences the world. Each time a person stands up for an ideal, acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. Remember that your influence begins with you and ripples outward. So be sure that your influence is both potent and wholesome. How do we know this works? All growth spreads outward from a potent nucleus, and you are a nucleus. And because of you, we are Wylie. This group represents Wylie. And I just want to take this opportunity, because so many of you have given so freely, to thank you for all you are doing for our students. And I want you to always remember that it's great to be a Wylie Bulldog. Thank you for being here.
Mr. Light, he's never met a car line he has been afraid of. I've seen him out dodging cars, and I'm thinking, whoa. That's why I'm not a teacher. I work at car line. It's just crazy. You know, a foundation fundraiser, Becky, a good thing would be, I came up to get my football tickets, parked in the parking lot, was looking at the student cars. I had the worst car in the parking lot. It's just insane. And I'm thinking a great fundraiser would be to make the kids pay for parking according to how nice their vehicle is. And if they're like mine was in high school, then let them on it free. But, you know, it's bad when the science teacher is borrowing jumper cables from the coach, and then one of their little twerpy students is going by in a Hummer. There's something wrong with that. So I just need to get that off my chest. But that's a great fundraiser, don't you think? I love that. I'd like to give someone many of us know in our community a big shout out to come up here. She's a publisher of the Wylie Weekly. We look forward to that every week. A tennis mom to Katie, a great wife to Steve, and that's what she told me. And publisher of the Abilene Reporter News, please welcome Kim Nussbaum.
She's tall. Of course, everyone's tall in this room to me. I love to go to the elementary and walk side by side the third graders. I find that lots of fun. Now, is Wylie special or what? Where else can you find a 3A school that is packed in their high school cafeteria on a Thursday night with happy people, and there's not even a football game going on, right? So we're really proud to be a part of the Wylie heritage. We have a 7th grader that goes to Wylie Junior High, and she has been a Bulldog since kindergarten here, and so I guess I could say I have a dog in this fight, right? I think we all have a dog in this fight. Wylie is a great place to be, and I want it to be the best, the very best that it can be. I want every child that wants to go to college to have the opportunity to do so. I want our teachers to have the very best in their classrooms as far as resources go. I want our administrators to be able to meet the needs of our growing community. And I want the best teachers in the state of Texas to be standing in line wanting to teach at Wylie. And I also want Wylie to be a place where special needs kids are nurtured and given every opportunity to succeed. And it takes a community to make those things happen. And I applaud Becky Rentz and her committee for having the foresight and the tenacity to make the Wylie Bulldog Education Foundation become a reality. That's a lot of work. They're bulldogs, aren't they? So, thank you for all of your work. And we all have the opportunity to do something very, very special tonight. There are about 400 people in this room, if I did my math correctly. I didn't go to Wylie, so I hope 400 is right. But there's probably about 200 families here. And if every family made a minimum contribution pledge to the foundation, we could easily raise $20,000 for this foundation this very evening. How cool would that be? And Becky just told me this evening that there is an anonymous donor that has graciously agreed to match any donations that are given tonight up to $10,000. So we could raise $30,000 tonight. And I think that would be a wonderful way to tell this committee, yay for you, we're behind you, and thank you for all you've done. But more importantly than that, it would be a great opportunity for us to let our kids know how much we love them and care for them and want success for each and every one of them. So on your tables, there are tins with pledge cards in there. There are also pins, and if you would please take one of those and fill one out. And you can leave it in the tin at the end of the evening, or there's this the purple pumpkin soup? There's this purple pumpkin back here that I believe is going to make its way to the back of the room tonight, if you could drop those in there. And for the first 100 pledges that are received tonight, Al Pickett authored this book, and he is graciously donating 100 of those to this. So as a special thank you, the first 100 that submit their pledge will receive a copy of his book. So thank you, and let's really raise that $30,000 tonight, okay?
She's not tall. She's not tall. We are so delighted to have a very special guest tonight, a comedian from LA. He came into my studio today, was on the show. We just sat there and laughed. It just was ridiculous. And had a great time. Clinton is a 99 grad, or at least he said he really graduated from Wylie. Joey, have you checked that? I think GED is what we're talking about, is what I'm thinking. But anyway, he is living in, okay, you might pass him. He's living in Los Angeles, I think in his BMW right now. So he is a comedian, he is an actor, he's been on TV. And this is the stuff he told me, this could all be made up and I don't know, so please don't hold me responsible. But he said he's been all over the place. And we are so delighted to have him tonight. It's Clinton Pickens.
How's everyone doing? Yeah? Feeling good? All right. I brought props. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This is really, I was gonna say it's really bright in here. And you guys are all really sober, so this is gonna be different for me. In a lot of ways. I'm gonna, can everyone see me okay? Cool. Luckily for everyone here, I am so freaking pale that there's a good chance some of you will still leave here sunburnt tonight just from watching me. I just want to first start out and say this is a great night. This is a good night for comedy. Nothing puts people in the mood for comedy more than having people ask them for money over and over and over again. Right before someone comes to the stage, we got a little system worked out. I'm going to tell a joke. I'm going to ask for money. I'm going to tell a joke. I'm going to ask for money. If you just want to come up and throw it on the stage, that's fine. If you want to give us your recycling, we'll take it. Literally, give us your money. Tonight. All right. You guys know Luke McMillan? high school band director here. Luke graduated the same year that I did from this very institution, and I brought him up here for a reason. Luke's gonna play a little something for you. Oh, Wylie High School, we honor thee. We do. We pledge our lives to thee. Hold it for a second. We pledged our lives to thee. That is some serious verbiage. That is the school song. I pledged my life to thee. Has that ever messed anyone up at the wedding altar? Ever? Has anyone ever stepped up to the altar and him been like, oh, well, do you take so-and-so to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you pledge your life to get... Oh, whoa! Oh, this is awkward. I pledged my life to Wylie High School. Vitality. I don't even know what that means, but I did it. We're true to thee through all eternity? Whoa, stop. We're true to thee through all eternity. What? Someone's walking into the pearly gates in a Wylie letter jacket? Is that what you're telling me? Next. Whoa, I see you played football. Welcome. We pledge our lives to thee, oh, Wylie School. Thank you, Luke. Give Luke a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and bow. Pledged my life to thee. Wow. I was just excited to be holding pinkies with Kristen Ford. I'm not gonna lie. I had no clue that I was pledging my life to thee. I could have literally sang anything at that point. Did not know. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thanks for coming here to watch some stand-up comedy in the cafetorium. If you don't know what that is, it's what you're sitting in. It's half cafeteria, half auditorium. We were going to do it in the doghouse, but we didn't think the acoustics were right for it, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's a great thing. Wylie is constantly kind of engineering new ground, you know. Cafetorium, I'm pretty sure we were the first to do that here. No one had done that before, and now it's like a Vegas showroom. It's all tiered and nice, and you guys are sitting there. I had so many fond memories from this very room, you know? Like, I ate so many slices of square and rectangle pizza in this room. You can't even imagine. And corn. Because apparently, it's like a state thing. You have to serve corn with pizza. Nowhere else on the face of the earth do those two things go together. You've never been in a pizzeria like, I'll take a pepperoni and some mushroom, slap some corn on my plate too. We're eating pizza, right? Corn! What? So much of that in here. Right there, right where those steps are, where it goes up and from the bottom level to the next level, right there, I asked Stephanie Osborne on a date. Yeah, you probably don't know who she is. But 3 feet to the left of right there, Stephanie Osborne turned me down for a date. I'm not bitter or anything, I'm just saying. It happened. I'm super excited to be back in Abilene. My mom and dad, not even here. They left the country. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are real supportive parents. They're not winning the award this year. Like, left the country when they found out I was doing stand-up. Whoa! They took a boat. No one takes boats anymore. They left the country on a boat, but my mom laid out an outfit for me before she left.